Hello everyone, this is NC Lord, and today we're doing another video of Duels of the Roses style. We have a guest, someone who is interested in learning Duels of the Roses style, so he'll be starting us out. He gets to decide who goes first, and yeah.
Sorry, it's actually been a while since I've actually played Yu-Gi-Oh! Like this. What was the initial hand size? Was it 5?
Yeah, if you start out with the current ruling, you don't get to draw an additional card.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I just noticed you actually had the pin one set up on here.
Yeah, just... I don't know how to draw 5 at once for some reason. With the Kaijus, if they tribute, or with Lava Golem, which I think is in there, basically the monsters that leave the field, they can be anywhere on the field that are leaving, but that's where your monster will get summoned. If control changes in this, your monster stays on the same square, or grid zone as they're more formally called, but the control just simply changes from, you know, which player controls it. Your monster limit and spell and trap limit is still 5 each. And perhaps most notably, you can set monsters that are normal summonable in face-down attack position or defense position, same with spells and traps, but, you know, you still have to obey the limit of normal summon once per turn, etc.
Sorry, some of these cards are a little hard to read.
Oh, I don't know what template I used for those.
Yeah, you sketchy compared to the ones you showed me. Yeah. But, I'll go ahead and pass my turn.
Did you have Kaijus by chance? Because those, you know.
Yeah, but they work the same as Lava Golem, don't they? Some of these
yeah, they're like a one Lava Golem monster, similar to Satan Claus or Santa Claus as it was changed. The templates I have here are actually made by an associate of mine called Anti-Metaman, not the ones you're using. Those are the older templates. We have another person who wants to watch, if possible. I'm just reading this. Okay. Aha. Alright, so I'm going to move my deck leader one thing forward. And I'm going to activate the effect from my hand to send this to the grave to special summon in defense mode Galaxy Soldier. By the way, if you want to instantly rotate using E and Q, just change the degrees next to the guy lifting the bench press to 90. It'll instantly turn it around like that. His effect goes off. When he is special summoned, I can search one Galaxy monster from my hand. I can only do that secondary effect once per turn. By the way, I'm obligated to inform you, the effects of Kaijus are inherent, meaning they cannot... Yeah, it's from a video game, from the PS2. It was like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Chess. That's what this is loosely based off of. And I'm just reading this carefully. Okay. Now, unfortunately for me, I'm just going to get to this in a second, there's actually a ruling that currently is up in the air. I'm going to activate Cyber Repair Plant. This card specifically says I can... I can add one of the effects. Do I have to... Yeah, one of these effects. If I have 3 or more, I can activate both of them, I think. But I'm going to use the add a light machine from my deck effect, which this deck is full of them. Now, for my audience, it has recently been ruled that the Mecha Godzilla Kaiju cannot be summoned using Interrupted Slumber. I'm going to be activating Interrupted Slumber. Now, here's the ruling in DOR. When monsters are summoned simultaneously, they default around the deck leader. Now in this case, we each get one monster, but because I'm the one summoning it, it defaults around my deck leader and yours respectively. I get to decide which one, etc. Now, you cannot change that to defense position manually, and neither can I, and if they're able to attack, they must be able to. So I'm just going to move this one square forward. And, I'll actually pass my turn for now. Oh, we lost someone.
Sorry, it takes me a little bit longer to get on these. I just need
Oh, don't worry about it.
cards on the actual wiki.
Oh, yeah, no, it's fine. Hey, Mr. MLG, welcome to this match I'm playing. How have you been? He was in one of my previous videos, for those of you unaware. Oh, that's wonderful. I'm teaching this newcomer DOR style, and as you can see, I'm using these templates here for my deck. His deck is actually probably using the less high quality templates, you know, the ones that come default with YGO Pro. They were older saves, so I didn't bother. And here's the thing, most people, the majority of which do know what famous recent cards do, so it wasn't a big deal at the time. Oh, and just so you know, Huh?
Sorry, go ahead.
Gamacell and all of them, they each have an effect with Kaiju counters, though that's irrelevant at the moment because there is no Kaiju counters. Those are created by the field spell, which causes counters every time something goes from the field to the graveyard. Maybe I have the Kaiju files in there, I'm not sure. That one's every time a Kaiju monster is summoned. But Gamacell basically can negate anything short of a counter trap as many times as there's Kaiju counters on the field.
So I can move my Kaiju 1 forward, and I can move 1 forward as well, right?
Yeah, you could. And if you're gonna be attacking my monster, I recommend you overlay for something bigger, personally. You don't have to move this forward. You could also move it to the left or right as well, if you wanted to clear space for your...
Let's see how that way.
Hold on a second. You know what Malefic Cyber End does, right?
Malefic Cyber End. The fusion card, I believe?
No, it's an effect monster that's based on the fusion. Basically, you can banish the, as long as you got a field spell or you have skill drain already out, you can keep that monster alive. It's basically just a beat stick, that's all it does. It'll die if you don't have a field spell. But Kyoto Waterfront protects itself, and as does the Seal of Orichalco, so they're both viable options in this.
Alright, I see that. Alright, I'll actually be playing Kyoto Waterfront.
Yes, you should, and honestly, that is a good setup. Now, my monster on the field currently, its effect, if there's anything that involves targeting, which I can negate that effect. It doesn't get destroyed necessarily, but I can destroy one card on the field. But that costs me 3 Kaiju counters to use it, unlike Gamma Cell, which only costs 2.
So I'll go ahead and summon Gamma Cell.
You can't. You could only control 1 Kaiju at a time. I know the text on this isn't exactly clear, but the text on my other one, if you look closely, you'll notice the Kaijus can only be summoned once. Like, we can only each have a Kaiju at once, so this is not a valid summon right now.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm still here. Oh, I'm still here. I toggled the microphone.
Oh.
Yeah. What are you done your turn?
No, I'm gonna special summon.
You can't. I explained you can't summon Gamma Cell because we already each have a Kaiju.
That would replace yours.
You can't. It doesn't work like that. Mr. MLG, can you briefly explain if you'd like to help back me up on this? It's a ruling thing. They're not, like, because we both can only control 1 Kaiju, right? You can't even try to summon another one, is how it works. It's a game mechanical ruling. Otherwise, I'd say that's a perfectly valid choice.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Just for now, I'll just put this in defense. Actually, that might turn.
You can't change that to defense mode because of interrupted slumber, unfortunately. Otherwise, I'd say that would be valid.
On my turn as well?
No, like if you read Slumber, which it actually has pretty high quality text compared to the cards you might have right now.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd end up attacking you on my turn, and then just destroying your Gamma Cell.
Yeah, I think because, no, you already moved, so you couldn't attack, basically, by DOR mechanics. But I'll have to attack you. I can't make a move that otherwise wouldn't be an attacking move right now. For now, I'm going to activate this card, Cyber Repair Plant. This will actually give you a counter, and that's what this little thing over here is for. No, wait, sorry. I meant to up that. Oh. Okay, that says 1. Okay, that represents how many counters you have. I'm going to add 1 Cyber Dragon to my hand. And now I'm going to do something interesting. I'm going to move my deck leader forward. I'm actually going to tribute my guy here to summon Cyber Dragon to the field. Then I'm going to special summon, because you control a Kaiju monster, another copy of that same guy. Which will put there'll be, because of a card went for the field of the grave, there's now 2 Kaiju counters on that field spell. I'm going to enter my battle phase, and I'm going to attack your Gamma Cell.
I'm going to activate my trap card. Remove brainwashing.
Okay. That will You can't activate that right now because there's one problem. Because we both control, you can't. I've had to talk.
To you either way.
It won't switch to me. See, here's what will happen instead. First of all, yeah, if it worked like that, yes, it would switch to my control because they're both my monsters. However, because of the circumstances here, you're not able to even try to activate that because it would force one of these to be destroyed by mechanic, right? And you could have this. You could activate this afterwards, and then the kaijus could destroy each other by mechanic. But you can't attempt to do that when it would already have to be active. So that you can't even activate that. That's a legit ruling debate that I had to go over. It's like, feel free to look it up, but remove brainwashing versus two kaijus on the field. You're not allowed to do that, unfortunately. But you can activate it afterwards.
Because either way, if it couldn't transfer to you and they would have destroyed it, to just stay here.
Yeah, it's gonna die from battle damage though, and I'm gonna attack it. So I attack for 1100, and yeah, you can't use remove brainwashing right now because of the mechanics. However, what you could do next turn, say you had a lava golem, you could use remove brainwashing, tribute these two, summon the lava golem, say here. And then, as a result, you'd be able to attack me directly for 3k. So you could still use it, you just can't use it in the sense of what you're trying to do now.
Right.
So this will die. You'll take approximately 1100 damage. I'll just do that here. And I will advance my monster forward. Did you happen to see that Duel Links commercial?
Duel Links?
Yeah, it's like the cringiest commercial I've ever seen on YouTube. It's this app for Yu-Gi-Oh, like an official Yu-Gi-Oh simulator, but it has the most cringy dialogue in that commercial I've ever fucking seen.
Well, I mean, they do have a game on Steam of the simulator.
Yeah, most of the official ones kind of suck because, they don't put a lot of effort into video games anymore as a company.
Man.
You'll find YGO and a lot of fan-made simulators tend to be of higher quality. Would you like to... You could summon another kaiju, and they default around deck leader, given that nothing's leaving the field, essentially. So if you had a kaiju that was stronger than, or equal to this attack or something, or a malefic, that would help right now.
No, I think right now
Okay, so because it replaces one. It's under my control, but you could use remove brainwashing right away. Yeah.
Right.
There's no question over that, it just works.
I'll play Senate Switch.
Okay, now grid zones and monster zones. So yeah, you could basically just move this forward with that effect, then attack me directly. Because grid adjacent means anywhere surrounding. So like, see where my cursor is?
Right.
Those would all be valid places to move at, especially the one immediately in front of my deck leader.
Right, so can I go ahead and activate Senate Switch for this turn?
Of course. Yes.
Dang. Battle phase.
Yeah. I will take the 3k.
in my turn.
I will draw for turn. Ooh. Alright. And just for my audience, I'd like to make a statement. The ruling on Activate Cyber Repair Plant on the Mecha Godzilla Kaiju is bullshit. I can't believe they went with that. It was like one of the most useless Kaijus in the first place, and it became moderately useful. I can search a light machine, so I grabbed this one. Now, thanks to Remove Brainwashing, when I tribute your monster, which I'm going to do for the effect of that one, it will allow this guy to end up under my control, because it would go to your side of the field like this, then quickly revert back to my side.
Right.
I don't have a Senate switch, so right now I can't even attack you, but I can move my guy forward. I thought it was a stupid ruling. I'm going to send this to the grave. To summon Galaxy Soldier. Galaxy Soldier effect. Add another copy of Galaxy Soldier. That Galaxy Soldier effect, send to the grave. Summon this one. Move forward. Overlay. Yep. Grab Cybernova. Move forward. Cyber Infinity. Okay, Cyber Infinity is at 2700 under attack, so you'll take 27 directly, and then 33 directly. In that order. Just
For total.
Luckily this thing will tell us in a quick second. You're bleeding out, basically. Yeah, that's a heavy damage. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, and this counter's at full, by the way. I just realized. Because the maximum for Kaiju counters is 5, so this would definitely be full by now. Alright, I end my turn. This is inherent. Like, Kaijus are inherent, so this can be tributed by a Kaiju or Lava Golem. But since I have a Kaiju out, you can't attempt to do that by mechanics. Because there's already one Kaiju on my side of the field under my control.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do. Take my hands full of Kaijus, I can't play them.
You could move your deck leader out of the way, at least.
You'll end up coming back to me.
See, the funny thing about this game is, unlike normal Yu-Gi-Oh!, slower decks can sometimes ultimately win. We kind of have, like, a tortoise and the hare situation. Like, my buddy, who is called NC Inquisitor on my channel, he has a zombie goat deck, which is an old format, and his deck actually beats mine most of the time because he ultimately... Yeah, I've got game because I have a Cyber Dragon in my hand. I could just tribute one of my monsters and summon it and attack directly.
Yeah.
Well, that has been a good game, but I'd like to continue my story briefly while everyone's... Yeah. Because his deck may be slower, but in this, it has more longevity. It's able to recycle itself better. It's better for a long game. So, in this version of the game... different decks. Yeah, let's see what I would have drawn next to. I'll just... Well, let me see your hand. Let the audience see your hand as well. Like, or that card you just drew. Yeah, there you go. Let me get a good look. Yeah.
Nothing would have helped.
Nothing immediately would have helped. Yeah, I agree. Let's see what I would have drawn. Oh. Here we go. Legacy Adagarasu, and then what have I drawn after that? Just another Gamma Cell. Well, that was certainly an interesting game.
The only thing that would have helped me was my Lava Golem, and that was 8 cards away.
Yeah, that always sucks. I'm just gonna quickly announce for the audience. Anyway, everyone, this has been NC Lord. I thank you for watching the video.